Now we're done with that important message, we can get on to the video.
Zoop. I really hate intros, so if anybody wants to do it for me.
I'll do it. Oh, you want to do it?
No,
you do it. Please do it.
No,
I'm panicking. Go.
It's gross. It's racist.
Pew, pew, pew.
Now, there was a point to the unknown Pokemon. In a moment, they're going to tell us what they identify as. However, what they all have in common is that they don't actually identify anything. Rather, they identify a lack of an identity, which will become apparent soon.
We're at VidCon, and it's just not very often that you can surround yourself with people who also are like you in the way that they're not cis.
Yeah.
Here's your first clue, they're not cis. Meaning they're not like the 99%. They're special. Like emos and goths, you just can't understand how special they are, because you're a normie.
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm a Gemini, and my pronouns are she, her, they, them, and I identify as gray gender.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Welcome to it.
That's awesome! Oh, I'm so pumped! I just learned things!
Oh shit, those gums. Please don't eat me, lady. Now, grey/grey gender is a person who identifies as at least partially outside the gender binary and has a strong natural ambivalence about their gender identity or gender expression, aka has a strong ambivalence, aka has mixed or contradictory feelings about their gender, aka this person identifies as, at best, an identity that can't be identified, aka this one's an unknown Pokemon.
I use they, them pronouns. I'm a Libra. I'm just gonna go with straight. And I identify as gender neutral or non-binary.
Neutral and non-binary is basically identifying as nothing and not one of the others. There is literally nothing in this identity that can actually be identified. However, if you were to identify them, you might say, girl, girl, boy. Even if these identities didn't fit perfectly, they'd be far more useful than gender. If these people looked at identity of things that aren't genders in the same way that they look at genders, then they wouldn't see the Pacific Ocean as an ocean, because it contains 0.003 something % whale semen.
So I really like labels, like most people on my channel know. My favorite label right now is genderqueer, and I'm also definitely questioning, but other words I'm experimenting with are non-binary, gender expansive, gender fluid, and demi-girl.
I'm not even going to explain those. It should be evident that what unknown identifies as is bullshit, because they need to write it down to remember. And questioning, this unknown has a whole series on LGBT and genders, and they're questioning their own gender. These people treat gender like they see music preference. I'm queer for Queen, I'm grey Taylor Swift, and I'm definitely questioning whether Michael Jackson did it.
Have you ever had to defend your identity as non-binary or gender neutral? Have you ever had your identity accused as being trendy or not real, and how do you respond to that?
I get that a lot online, which is surprising because you'd think that an online space would be more welcoming. A lot online is you're just saying it because you want to be cool, or it doesn't exist completely, and my pronouns don't matter to people.
Welcome to the internet. This has to be the most telling evidence that gender for these people is about status and feeling special. That strangers on the internet not caring about their overly complex way of saying they like wearing pants and using he and her for 99% of people isn't good enough for them. And not using personalised plates is oppression. If I have an investment in a friendship, then sure, I'll dedicate a segment of my memory to your chosen pronoun. But if you're some internet random, I don't care about your pronouns. You're lucky I don't call you an it. Oh, and one more thing. Since I know my friends watch this, get fucked in advance.
then I don't really see the problem, because that is such a simple request.
Yeah.
And it is so disrespectful to have him be like, I know what you would like me to do, but I don't care. My feelings are more important than yours, even though this is something you experience on a daily basis.
Everyone who they meet, they expect them to make exceptions for their pronouns. While they, being the 1%, only have to remember the pronouns of the very few, the 1%. Look at that sentence I just said. That's using gender-neutral terms, and how confusing is it? If only there was a two-gender system that could make things so much easier.
Have you ever been misgendered? How did it feel? How did you handle it?
I am misgendered every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like somebody being like, here's your drink, miss. I'm like, you're wrong. Why do we code everything we do with gender?
Well, it makes communication easier. If I hear miss, then I immediately know that I'm not being addressed, and so does 50% of the population. Using the gender-neutral term for miss and mister, mix, which sounds absolutely stupid, only serves the 1%, the self-entitled special snowflakes. This is what it comes down to. Use the language/gender terms that are most useful to you. After all, the point of language is to communicate in the most efficient way possible, and using a binary system that's accurate 99% of the time is better than using a gender-neutral term that has no accuracy. And if snowflakes insist on gender-neutral terms, then I'm sure they'll be happy with it and thing.
Ready, aim, fire.